Grand Rising Collectives. It's about 8:40 in the morning, Sunday morning, and you guys were right. They're trying to get me evicted, and I just moved here. Now, there's nothing that I'm doing that's wrong, but one of these tenants was on my network. Her name is Jejana, and it has her email address, everything. I sent her an email, and I had said, stay off my network. Next thing I know, I hear slamming doors. My temporary paper tag was in my car. It was torn off. I had to make a police report on that. Then, was it Thursday, if not? Maybe Friday. I seen the torn up part on top of the bushes. Like, they put it like right in view so I can see it. I said, oh, okay. I didn't say nothing. Then I get a general email, like notification, something about like noise at night, 10 o'clock, this, that. It was not for me, it was like a general email. The walls were thin. It was, in paraphrasing, I knew it was her because she's up all night, in and out. And I guess apparently, allegedly, I called her out in regards to the, if it's her, I don't know if it's her or not, about hacking my network. So, then also you guys were right again, because, like I said before in one of my other videos, I was coming home from something. I was going to the store, I got some groceries, and this dark-skinned woman, I'm assuming is the guy who I used to date in high school, his wife. Now she is the one that said something about ruining her marriage. Her marriage was already ruined from the gate. We've been communicating for over 30 years, if not more. And so I seen this dark-skinned woman peeking around the corner. As I was coming up, I'm like, what the hell? She looked around the corner real quick and she just threw her head back. The same type of incident that happened, did that when I was living in motel and hotel, shit like that. Even the security people stalking me, and I think it was an off-duty sheriff deputy was doing this too. Because they were all in Logan Park, they're all from the Highlands, dealing with, what's his name, Warren Smith. These people are dirty, I'm trying to tell you. And then I started thinking, I said this before the whistleblower complaint, before the masculine needed help. So I'm still reflecting back on all these incidents. And I was in Rancho Cordova, and I believe when I drove my mom to Oklahoma for my brother who was in trouble, and I think I left my keys with my other siblings, and I think that's when they went into my shit and took my house. Because I was thinking back, I'm like, did I leave my keys with them? Because it was such a haste, in 2012, and that's when I had my own court case, with the CPS. So fast forward, you guys were right again about they're trying to remove my child from me, because these people are broken, disgusted. But they say I'm broken, disgusted because, if someone's broken, disgusted, why are you stealing from me? These are drug addicts, you know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden I have 5 referrals to the CPS. I was like, what? 5 referrals? And I'm like, it's them that's doing it. It's not going to work. I was trying to tell you it's not going to work. But, and then I also, you have to write again about shooting blanks. And I knew that. And, it's a lot of stuff. But yeah, they're trying to get me kicked out, making complaints. But I'm like, this bitch, she had put her trash over the front door, and lit at night, depending on, because if it's hot, the roaches come through my front door, and they didn't fix my door right. I'm gonna post that video of my door lock, and the management wouldn't come back, and to fix my door. So I first moved in, and we're now in July, almost August, and so they had put debris, cans, right by my front door. Have people come here, like the nursing people, to avoid me go to the hospital over again. And they're really, in my opinion, they're really coming to see how I was living, really. I didn't care. Go back and report. And you guys are right again. Because, from them making those reports about abuse and neglect, or whatever they did. I knew it was going to start from the shelter and all that bullshit. And it's not going to work. They're doing it because they're mad because my brother's in jail, allegedly, and they want to take my inheritance or whatever's left from me, from my mom and my grandparents. These are low lives, illiterate some of the bitches, drug addicts. They're just going for themselves. Some of them don't have a high school diploma. Some of them, I'm not saying, some people are not smart or anything, but it should tell you the mindset of these people, And I totally regret, So anyways, you guys are right again. About to come in my apartment. Now, I remind you, when I came here to fix remove the sensor camera thingy in the laundry room, they said, no, it's a smoke detector. They know it's a sensor for cameras. So if you walk a certain way, the camera comes on, Oh, I got the information. And so anyways, fast forward, they came in here about May 11th. They probably came in again, but I don't know for sure. But I know they came in May. And how I knew that, because that's when they just discussed what was in my fridge to the T. And then I realized now things were missing, out of my apartment. And then it had to be in June, if not. So I covered up some things up on my wall, like there's pinholes everywhere. And then somebody had said, a messenger, covering up holes and shit. So why are you mad? You must be a pedophile, pervert. So they came in here, possibly June, if not July, and removed the putty I had covering up the pinholes. And he went in my bathroom. Of course, it was a mess, of course. But this one I just got out the hospital in June. I wasn't feeling too good. And so I was like, okay. So I wanted to show this. Now, this wallet is an EMF protector, electronic, magnetic frequency, whatever it is, to protect your cards or whatever. So I had it in my purse. It's a purse I don't even use. I just cleaned it out. And this wallet is old. So I listened to a messenger about a little wallet, cards, and shit like that. It reminds you of recertification. And they asked me about these banks that I didn't have them put on my application because they're closed accounts, And it reminds you, before they stole my cards, my identification, social security card, my son's social security card, and shit like that. So, anyways, these are the two cards I was asked. One from housing. They said about this card, Capital One. And I'm like, the account is closed. I put in the paperwork. The account is closed. And then they can verify it. They can't go based on what I'm telling them. They have a system, a third-party system. They have to verify your bank, your employment. It's called employment verification something. I forgot the acronym for that. To the federal government. So whatever I'm saying, they have to match up what I'm saying to them. If not, you're off the program. I know that. So they're playing games with me. And I didn't put this on my paperwork. And if I did, it said account closed. Same thing with the Department of Family Services, which is the welfare department. They asked me for these two banks, which is Capital One and Union Bank. So that means, my mouth's always dry. That means they went to this little wallet thingy I had in my purse. This purse that I don't even use. It's like a bunch of, I was moving, I put all that shit in my purse. So these accounts are closed, been closed for years. Well, one for years, the other one's just a couple months ago. So they asked me, one agency asked me about this card, Capital One, and I said, well, the account's closed. I was trying to dispute some charges because this is when I was living in a motel and hotels, and I didn't realize there was no refunds. So it may put me in the negative because they've been on my phone recording my activity. I've seen it. And then I said, I'm in the end of closing the account because I can't get my money back. So it's negative, and I submit the paperwork to them and everything. And it says their account closed. Because they're trying to get me in problems, get me off the system, get me out of low-income housing because they've been stealing for years what's mine. And see, nobody want to give me information, no one will give me paperwork and see when my mom had passed. And I believe my brother's first wife from Chicago was there packing up my mom's stuff in her car. I'm going to get her ass too. Because it was a white car with my mom's disabled placard and backed in, taking shit out my mom's house and putting it in her car. So what is it to her? She's insane. Oh, don't even talk about that mental hospital. Yeah. Because she was like, oh, you're depressed, you're this or that. I'm like, no. This is when my mom had passed. You know? And she acted like the real estate people, smoking her weed, just like zoned out, like just weird. So, and then, fast forward to DFS, Department of Family Services, they asked about this. Well, in the interview, they didn't ask about no banks, whatever. They asked me, are you working? And I said, no. I said, for DoorDash. They blocked me from January of last year until May. I couldn't make no money. And I've been there for 3 years. And then all of a sudden, I'm moving to where I'm at. Oh, would you have to work for DoorDash again? No, hell no. They put me in dire straits. I was trying to make money, so I contact an attorney at the time to stop this so-called wrongful eviction, which was all wrong. Everybody kept telling me that I shouldn't have even moved. It was all wrong. They could just put me out like that, but I didn't know the law. You know, I want to go through all that, and I was, just beginning to get sick because it was like black mold, mildew, and I didn't know I smelled like mildew until I got out of that environment. And people would tell, well, not really tell me, but make a smirk in their face, like, like, you know, like I stink. You know, I took a shower, body wash, deodorant, wash my clothes. It didn't matter because the whole place smelled like mildew. And then until I realized, I smelled my jacket. I said, oh my God, you know? And it was like mildew. I didn't even know, you know? Because I couldn't smell myself because I was in my apartment. So anyways, long story. So I got the paperwork in the mail that said that it was incomplete from DFS. So they asked me about, when I applied for services in, I want to say, it was August, September last year, or maybe October, somewhere around that time. I never put this on the application. This account has been closed since 2020, I want to say 2021, not 2022, because the bank closed down. So in the paperwork it says, I already knew because on my EIN, my business information, I can start a business, it hasn't been up and running yet. There's some information, my bank information, and then that what's his name? The Caribbean dude stole my bank cards, because I know he probably took my card when it was in October of 2021, and he probably used my card because I wasn't around. It was a long story. It was declined. And he got mad. And next thing I know, we got an argument. Well, I didn't argue with him. He argued with me, and then we just cut the relationship off. Because he's part of my younger brother. I knew that. Hold on for a minute. Cut me off. Always. So anyway, so DFS asked me about this card, both these cards, on paper. So I'm like, I didn't put this on a little application last year. This is a redetermination, you know, for the health care insurance, whatever, supposedly. And so I put on there, this bank has been closed for numbers of years. I'm paraphrasing, numbers of years. And I wanted to put on there that I didn't put this on my application. So why are you bringing this up? Because they sent this over to the DFS to say I'm hiding money. But of course, for them, when you sign an authorization to release information, they do a background check. They check your finances. They check if you're working. They want to make sure it coincides, matches what you're saying. They're not going to be sanctioned or possibly off the program. Oh, I know that. It says right there in their handbook. And then with this one, I told them basically on the paperwork, that they can contact the housing to get a copy or get an authorization to do so. Because right now I don't have I have a printer, but I don't have my cords. Because I had faxed my information to the housing, so they can go to housing and get this. They work hand in hand with each other. It's in their documents. Their partnerships. See what I'm saying? So they're trying to say, oh, she's hiding money, she got this, she got that. Oh, she's working because they've been stealing. Because they know. It's when the IRS gets involved, they say, okay, well, Fatima received this money from supposedly an inheritance or a couple of $1,000 or whatever it is, $1 million or whatever it is, or she got this, got that. They want to get me off the system so there won't be no red flags. That's what they're calling the office, abuse and neglect. Because when they thought, okay, when they say abuse and neglect for my child, then I go through all this bullshit, and they think if my child removed from my care, I won't qualify for services, which is not true. It may be reduced. I had to pay a little bit more, but nothing will happen. So it's like, I mean, something will happen, but you don't have to, either pay more or whatever. I know that. So all of a sudden, I got 5 referrals, and one was from my agency. I almost told her off, really, because I already know. Because my son was like, say that my daughter's dead, because my brother was involved. One was supposed to be incarcerated, supposedly. All of a sudden, I want to go to foster care. Oh, live with my uncle. I'm like, what? And they're looking at me like, do you see what's going on here? Like, who started this shit? Because they want to do what they want to do. My older daughter, she was so mad because she kicked herself out. She didn't want to listen. She didn't want to come home on time. She was smelling like whatever she was smelling like. She dropped out of school over some boy. Then her so-called friend. Well, I got the information too. So she posted on Facebook about lean and shit like that. Oh, yeah. But she didn't tell you that, though, did she? And disrespecting me. The boy kept giving her a phone. I kept telling her, he don't like you. If he liked you, he would respect the hours of calling the home during school hours. And then she wanted to go to foster care because the boyfriend at the time, he was adopted because the mom was on drugs from Baltimore somewhere, and the mother worked for the state system. Oh yeah. Kids don't know they have it depend on the child and the family. They don't know how good they got it. They even said, my buddy about to die too. Shit. Hold on. Even the school had said, it was like a while ago, years ago, that they should be lucky to have a mother like me. No one's perfect. You can't choose your parents, Hold on. Make sure it's in here. I'm so caught now. So anyways, so all I said and done, I'm like, okay, I see what's cracking. And then my son, the same one, my young one, oh, I'm going to go to foster care. They started, see, before the shelter and all that stuff, I have videos. Prior to being wrongfully evicted, he was just a sweet little boy. And of course, kids, that are issues. So we moved out of there. And then, went out of town, motel, hotel. We couldn't go back to my oldest son's place. I said, okay. Even though I was helping out. And then, cause I guess they were stalking, the people from New Orleans. The staff was stalking. They were damaging my vehicle. Then I was told my sister fucked up my vehicle with her mechanic guy, And then, so I get it. So I spent so much money on a hotel, motel, I couldn't even do for myself. Then I was exhausted, and then, financially exhausted at the time. People recommend to go to the shelter. I'm like, damn, I never been to one. First experience. I hope it's my last, because I don't like that place was, I was sitting, my child started sagging his pants. They want to comb his hair, walk in such a way. Then I thought, so I think I'll do some other things. Then give my child drugs. He started talking back. He was very angry. And the adults were talking to my child, who was 14 at the time. Why were these grown-ass adults, most of them were convicted of drugs, prostitution, bringing the, what's that called, heroin in the facility. Backpacks full of it, too. They didn't tell you that, though, did they? Smoking dope during the nighttime, the daytime, not doing nothing about it. Then his behavior changed. You know? But overall, I was like, what the fuck? And then, so this is a battery charger, a battery pack, right? It has a solar panel, so you can charge it under the sun. If you get your battery, it be your charger, whatever. So I'm like, where's my charger pack? I told my son, because I had it in my little container thingy. I have a bunch of battery packs, because, over there, you got to keep your shit on charge. And it has one station, the charger, they charge your phone, and they take your metadata, and they see everything that you're doing. They get all your information, they do what they do. So, was it Saturday or Friday? I was in my closet, I was moving shit around. It was in my box. It was my plastic thingy, whatever it is, container. Then I found it. So this is the thing I used when I moved over here. Then I looked at it, and then whoever did, they broke this. You see that? They broke that. Like they took a screwdriver or some shit and open it. It's very durable. Even if I just drop it, it won't break like this. They're so hateful and jealous. They came to my apartment and took my, whenever they did this, they took my sales receipt for my car. They took a personal document of my child. They took my lab results, which they're going to show nothing, no way. Because they're trying to say some things. Oh, I got a good bill of health in regards to STDs. So that's why now you don't hear anything else about it. Because they're liars. Because they're money hungry. They're losers. They're rough. My mom would say they're rough-abates. Rough-abates. Low class. And they took my envelope I had. I was going to give to the Department of Family Services, the DFS, the Welfare Department. And then all of a sudden, a document I was looking for, I had in a bag. All of a sudden, it's in my little thingy here. And I don't even go in there except for one time since I've been here. So even that neighbor across the way with her Ring camera facing my door, because she wants to see if I'm coming in, coming out, go back and report to who and who. For what? Who are you? And you're smoking dope. Who are you? And then what really got me, because they stole my experiment plant. And my thing is, how you know how my patio look, and the patio is tall? And let you come close and tip your toe up and look. No, they were inside my apartment because there was some good shit on it looked like semen or something on my doorknob. My front doorknob and the patio door to the storage area. So my son touched it, and I touched the front door. I remember one time the maintenance man came here, and he was like, he didn't want to touch my doorknob. Like, he knew already. It was a while ago. You see? You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. My point is, whoever took these cards out of this thing here, these accounts are closed. They're so dumb. Because they're on my phone. I have apps and shit like that I don't even use. I should have deleted it anyway. But I want them to take the bait. And they took the bait. Because technically, they were supposed to have an investigator do an investigation. Okay, but we got this information that she has these accounts. So go, this, that, and the other. Not send me some document in the mail and ask me for something that I never put on a piece of paper initially anyway. So we're going to start. So they're trying to hinder me now. They're trying to cause problems. They want me off the system because they know what's in the system. That's why they want me off the housing, off the welfare. They want me to work. Should I have a job? I'm so cotton mouth. Hold on. Every time I have a job, they're trying to hinder me. So I know better. Even if I was going to work, I work the bare minimum. Because they'll call up there, whoever it is. They've been doing it since the 90s. I know part of my ex, too, the Nigerian. He's so hateful. He stole a lot from me, a lot, in my videos and everything else. You know, he's jealous. Even though he has a house and everything, he's still jealous, bothering me. He was married, had 3 kids after that, probably during, he got more kids, that 2 twins, as I found out later. And you married and you're still bothering me and my children at the time, my daughters. That's why I wanted to fool with him. He's sick. He's a sick man. Crying and shit and all kind of bullshit he's do. You know? I was pitching my ideas, be self-employed. This was like the late 90s, early, well, kind of like late 90s when we kind of met. You know? He was hiding everything from me. And then he had 2 passports, and one was under a different name. Because his picture, he told immigration he lost it. I said, no, he did not. He didn't lose it. So as soon as we got married, he left. And let's not talk about other things that he did too. That's why he didn't want me to talk to his, well, if his current or whatever, past wife. I'll tell her everything. But trying to paint me as a bad person. He was still fighting me, but you're married to a woman that you should be with your wife. Why are you bothering me? That's a sick man. That's a sick mind. And the woman, the wife, she should have known better. And then she's sick too. Allowing him to do it. But I bet you she learned from him. I bet you he wouldn't have rocked the boat with her. And they both work at Sacramento Mental Health. And as far as I was told, they were taking people's information and selling it. So, you know, when you're mentally ill, whatever, in those facilities, they don't see nothing. I could just write on a piece of paper. Let's talk about it. But everyone know what I'm doing and this and that. I want to know who's behind it all. Because I know before, in 2012, I took my mom to Oklahoma. And then 2015 is when my neighbor had told me that somebody put a satellite. No, she said, Fatima, I thought you can't afford this, that, and the other. I said, I can't. She said, well, there's a satellite on your roof. I said, satellite? I said, oh, they've been there, which I didn't know at the time. She said, no, it wasn't there. She knew everything. How the house burned down before me. Before I got there, she knew about the other owners, which one of them worked for the county. Oh, my eyes. You know? If I had known better, because I remember my TV wasn't working. The box TV, it said no signal. It made this noise, doot, 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 doot. Not knowing it was an interference. It was that satellite on top of the roof. So that means when my younger brother, because they didn't want to go to Oklahoma and take my mom there, and she calling me to take her down to Oklahoma. I had my court case the following day with CPS. Because they were planning. And they probably read the documents, the will, whatever it was. And they probably came to my apartment, which they did. Took our family tree book out of my filing cabinet. Pictures and shit like that. And probably spread some rumors because they're so jealous. These losers. They don't know me. That's what they want to get to following me on my phone, this and that. For what reason? Because they've been stealing. And if IRS got in touch with that, they'll be like, okay, well, if she didn't receive her information, then who's been spending her money? That's what they want me off the system. That's what they be calling up the office and calling CPS and, you know, messing my car and shit like that. If they do it this time, I'm trying to tell you, it's gonna go to the apartment management. I'll put a claim in with them. But there's supposed to be security, monitoring the grounds. I don't even see him around no more. After he tried to open my front door, I was sitting right here on the couch. I'm looking. If he came in, and all she wrote. You know, I'm not playing with these folks. And when they see me, they close their blinds. When I'm walking past or I have my blinds open, they close their blinds, or they avoid me. They'll come out, but as soon as they hear my door open or something, they walk real fast, go inside their apartment. Like, who are you to surveil me? and you're doing drugs and shit like that. It's inadmissible. So who's behind it? An overzealous property owner, manager, real estate agent, Warren, people are perverts. And watching people in the shower from the shower head, I know. Perverts. How can you be a woman who claim that she not gay or whatever it is, well, who cares, watching another woman in the shower and they're gonna talk shit? Yeah, she got shit on her back, she got this, she got that. Now, how you know all that? Watching me naked, getting dressed, how big my body is, this, that, and the other, contacting medical professionals, shit like that. Who does that? I'm gonna take them down, you understand me? You're a pervert. You should be on the registered sex offenders list. Even my family should be on there too. How can you be watching me for 7 years? I found out, let me see. I found out in 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. About 2019, I found out about the hidden cameras, but I couldn't prove it because I couldn't find them. So for the ones in the kitchen, the guy told me he was in the kitchen. The other one told me it was the shower head. So you're exploiting me on the dark web, talking about, it's the FBI. No, the FBI doesn't do that. I know that. I told my younger brother, I said, yeah, they took my, I said, they took mama's picture with my dad. They did this, they did that. And he said, oh, it's probably the FBI. I said, no, they don't do shit like that. And they're so perverse. And they knew, because he would say certain things, like why I'd go out or go on a date. He knew exactly where I was at. Now, how you know all that? Then my phone will say I'm on Florin Road, which is the dude, and my sister, and my brother. We'll say I'm Antelope. They try to get access to my my Apple ID. It would come on my screen. And they try to corrupt my youngest son. Talk about my youngest son said, Mama, when I was little, I saw a video, I put in the video cassette, da-da-da-da. I said, no, you didn't, because I have no videos like that in my VHS. So they try to corrupt my youngest son to go up against me. That's why I learned, that's why I try to cut everybody off. Because soon it'll be just like my daughters. Telling lies and shit like that. Showing shit. I remember my daughter was like, oh, Mama, you should clean up. I said, okay, well, then if you forgot what, then won't you go clean up then? By that time, I was black mold. Couldn't breathe in that fucking place. And drugs. How can you clean up, do anything? And you're sick. Smoking the girl upstairs. Her husband before at the time, Wasatch. And then, he was still working when they changed over to Reliant. And he's in meth, well, allegedly, because it smelled like acetone. And so I remember my son, he was like, I think he was in 3rd grade. He said, Mama, he was in the hallway doing his Lego thingy. And he said, Mama, it smells like fingernail polish remover. I said, yeah, it sure does. And they'll do it in his room, above, because they're above us. Smoke day in, day out. And it's to control our lights and shit in our apartment from upstairs. And then at the time, Angela Jackson and her folks smoking that damn shit all night, day and night, day and night, day and night. I couldn't get a break. At one point, we had to wear a mask. Told management he didn't give a fuck about it's out of my hands. There's nothing I can do about it. But it was in the contract with the state of California and the federal government. And that's why they're so concerned about me going to the doctor and they misdiagnosing me. Because they know I didn't have these problems before. They were all in the hospital when I was there. I don't trust none of them. I have some medicine, and I said, I'll just put it right here, and I fell asleep. I woke up, the medicine was gone. And they gave me a cocktail of supposedly blood pressure medicine. I read my medical record. I'm like, I thought they said they only gave me one drug, one blood pressure med, and Lasix. It's a diuretic. It's not really good for the kidneys. Turns out they gave me a cocktail of shit. The cocktail of shit make your organs shut down. I know that. And then people calling up there and saying shit, and at the clinic and the hospital. Who does that? You know, I could do the same thing too if I really wanted to. You know, I make them lose their job so they can be stressed out, looking for a place, paying their bills, and everything else. You know, leave me the fuck alone. So, anyways, what I wanted to say, this right here is closed account. Where's the other one at? This right here, bank doesn't even exist no more. Fooled ya. This right here, they went through this. Yeah, you got took the bait. And then they're wondering, oh, how come she not working and she got all this nice furniture or whatever it is? It's because they do drugs. Only thing they think about is curing their habit and eating food. Nothing productive. You know? Wonder what I'm the fuck doing. You know, worry about what you're doing. And they came in here and tried to just take off the plaster when I was covering those pinholes. I already know it's practice. Same thing in North Highlands. They do to all lower income, especially me. And I didn't consent to it either. And even if there is cameras in my place, I have to sign a consent form, or it cannot be facing me, or violating my rights inside. Who does that? Watch people use the bathroom, you know, take a shower. Perverse. That's why they want me evicted out. For what? I'm not doing anything. This time, now I have the law now. I did my research when I was in that shelter. I was like, okay, let me screenshot this, screenshot that. Try me again. You know, that girl want me out. I don't even know her, bitch. And I know she's the one who tore my license plate off because she was up early in the morning and it was all torn off. I went to make a police report. I come back. Let's say it was like, I think it was Thursday, not Friday, this past. And the torn part was on top of the bushes. Like right in my view, like to show me, like, bitch, I got your shit. Like, here you are. But little did they know, I already have my license plate already. It's a matter of putting it on in my tags. You know? People are weirdos. They're rough-a-baits. They're jealous. And it's such a shame that I should have to hide my things when I leave out. I should come back home and my shit's still in the same spot. I shouldn't worry about somebody tampering with my food, poisoning my food, going through my cabinets. That's why sometimes I leave my medicine, whatever it is, or vitamins, whatever, I don't take it no more. When I leave out, I don't take it no more. I should be throwing them out. I don't trust these bitches. Cause one time I took a medicine, my blood pressure med, it tastes weird. I was like, Unless I have it in my purse, and my purse is with me, it's something different. You know? I should have to hide my things inside my own home. They come in here again. I'm telling you. They went in my room. They tore off the plaster I put up there because I wanted to see something. Because two of them were microphones. Because the same thing in North Highlands, I have the hook on my flash drive. It's like a plant hook. And I remember it was there for a while, for years. I was thinking about buying a plant, but I said, nah, because that place was horrible. And then, at one point, I didn't really realize it. My son did. He said, Mama, the plant hook is gone. So I'm looking up on the ceiling in my living room, and it was gone. And it had plaster over it. Same thing as in my room right now. And then the cord was on the floor to let me know they came in and dismantled the recording device. And that's when I filed my whistleblower complaint. You know, taking pictures and shit. That's when Ragu was saying, you should clean up. And, my sister tried to sue her apartment manager. She lost because it was a mess. Some shit like that. I said, what? What do I got to do with anything? You can't tell me how to live. you know? And not even that, it was about the mold and the water leaking from the ceiling. It was horrible in there. I got pictures, videos. I think that's what they want to come here and do, take my shit. They come here again, because one guy, I was like, how do you know where I live? I saw that crackhead in the parking lot. Well, allegedly, because it looked like him. From early in the morning, sleeping in the parking lot. They have homeless people sleeping in the parking lot. How can I have fingerprints all over my damn car? And I keep it dusty on purpose. You know, parked across the street. I was like, how does it know where I'm at? Because the girl who got kicked out from the shelter, she's best friend with the administrator, and I'm pretty sure she gave him my address. Because they're all from the same area, De Paso Heights. He hadn't been around. This dude, he's a crackhead. He's been a crackhead since he was 7th grade. You know, been in prison too. For 2 years, for arson. Don't let me tell it. He's no good. He's an abuser. You know? Tell him to go get some education. Get a job. And I know he knows somebody here. How'd he come to my apartment? I know he was in here. To the stench. He has this particular stench. And the other dude, I'm like, how do you know where I live? And I'm in the back. I'm in the cut. Even the Afghanistan dude, at one point, I took Uber. He was more like, he tried to disguise his voice. Like he had a Hispanic, accent. And he was like, yeah, you stay in the back. He said something about something, like where I reside. And I was sitting there quietly, like, damn, how you know all this? I ain't say nothing. You know, people are stalkers. You come and bother me. You know? And the people on my network, and my network is not even attached to no phone line. Now, how you get on my network? On my phone. Look at that shit. You know, they put shit on my front door. At one point, they put cigarettes, shit like that. And, I had the nurses come here for me. And the same shit was on my front door. It was still there. It came like 2 weeks later, a week later. I kept it right there because it's from the people next door. They keep the trash right by the front door. Roaches coming right through the front door. You can literally see them at night when it's hot. And my door doesn't even lock. You know? And if they plan to harm me in my own apartment, it's a wrap for them. You know, I'm not scared. I'm aware. You know, and I should have, I'm going to, but I have a lot of shit to do. But, you know, I put liens on them. I'm trying to tell you, all it's going to be a surprise. So I'm like, who is behind all this? And I already know Warren's behind it. He's mad. He's upset. That's what he said. You don't fit this community. I'm like, okay. Then I really step outside the box. I said, oh, yeah, because there's homeless people sleeping in the bushes. There was trailers. The county board supervisors were like, they're going to try to do what is it called, a heroin station, a needle exchange station on Watt Avenue. They had a contract with Sacramento Mental Health to place their patients at Logan Park so they can monitor them and all kind of shit. Like Angela, she wasn't supposed to be at my spot, you know, where I live at. She was supposed to be across the street being monitored. So when things happen, when she assaulted me and all kind of bullshit, then her sister would come to make it look like she was living there. They all get SSI, I'm trying to tell you. You know, I should have known. But I didn't know. It was quiet. When I moved there, I was desperate, needed a place. And my goal was to stay there for 1 year, if not 2, and then move out. But, you know, when you get comfortable, and I'm thinking, like, okay, who can help me move? You know? Then at the end, I was forced to go. I was looking for a place anyway. You know? They were doing it because they were going to my apartment, snooping around, putting poison in my shit. I remember one time I came home, and something told me, you know, and my sister called me. She's like, oh, do you do soaps anymore? Like, when she said, do I make soap anymore? And I said, no. I looked over, I was sitting on the couch. I looked over at the table, and my lye that you make for soaps, it was in view. This is a lye that was never opened. It was in a bag. Now, all of a sudden, it was open. It was clumped up. With lye, you should know that you don't put water mixture with lye. And that shit gets really hot. So I'm thinking that was probably in my water at the shelter when I had it was in my locker, locked. You know, because it was really hot. And then so from there, I looked in the refrigerator. I saw my mustard. It was expanding. My ketchup expanding. I took it down to the sheriff department. They were like they didn't want to tell me they do lab testing. So if I would have known what I know now, I would have bought my own test kit. But I didn't know. I was so distraught. I was shocked. And that explains why my stomach was hurting. My son's stomach was hurting. So I started throwing everything out, my spices, condiments, you know, taking my time with my foods. People are dirty. That's why a lot of people were dying in that apartment complex. They were going to people's apartment, fucking with their shit. Even Afghanistan knew that the whole base thingy that monitor people in their apartment is on the other side of the building. In Afghanistan, I have a picture of him. When I shut down my lights, he came outside and tried to get back online. They're perverts. You know? He thought he was Mr. Hotshot, telling them, oh, she needs to move. You should get her out of here, evict her. He was nothing. He was a nobody, but a refugee. And he was throwing shit out. And then one black dude, was contacting him. And they lived at Jerome Place, whatever it's called. And I remember he had a speaker on. I was inside my apartment with my window because the walls are really thin over there. And the guy says, stop calling me, man. Stop calling me. All I asked you, because the guy, he couldn't speak English. He said, all I asked you, was she home? You know, something like that about me. He was telling everything. It's a black dude, a thug. They were plotting then. And I didn't know the man. And then the Afghanistan dude, whoever he is, his name is Muhammad, he followed me all the way down to Walmart on Madison Avenue. Then I was like, I didn't know his name at the time, but I was like, I parked and I was like waiting. I said, let me see something. Went into Walmart, it was like the neighborhood Walmart, got some groceries, a few things. Came back to my car. He was still there, with his head down. They all put their head down. I said, God is good, God is great. I try to tell you, the universe is good. Next thing I know, I'm on Facebook. An article pops up about these realtors or investors from Los Angeles buying up property over off of Watt and Edison, whatever it is. And then the article showed the guy that was following me around town. I said, I still have it to this day. His name is Muhammad somebody. And I sent him a message. And he didn't do it no more. Even Anlo, the real estate people were following me. I got their information and address too. Even environmentalists who work for the state of California, she was on my phone too. I called her up. She was nervous. Because I had no internet on my computer. And they can access your, because they have a second or third battery in your computer or laptop. They access my computer remotely. Because it said something about, a warning came up. About something about somebody accessing my computer, whatever it was. I said, okay. So me, I did what I do. I would scan my computer, did the IP address, looked it up. And I said, what? Environmentalist? Attorney? State of California? You know? And I called her up. She lived in Rosemont, which is Rancho Cordova. Sure did. I'm tech savvy too. People think I'm dumb. I'm naive. I don't show out. But I'll show up for you though. See, I do things in writing. I don't be yelling at you and cussing you out. That's stuff for the lowlifes. That's what they did. The people in North Highlands, they misconstrued me. Oh, she's quiet. She's shy. I did that on purpose. You never show the left hand what the right hand knows. Only for those who have eyes to see and ears to hear. But anyways, I just wanted to I'm so cotton mouth, but I just wanted to show you this. So this is stuff I didn't put on my my application or recertification. And they know this account, this bank is closed. It's been closed. It doesn't exist anymore. You know? And I put in the paperwork, they can contact the housing or contact somebody to get information because I don't know how to get it. I'm not going to stress myself out. And they have ways to verify that. That's where you fill out the consent authorization. So with Warren, what he did too, he goes into the system, which I was told with Section 8 tenants, you have to do all that. And he got my information, spread it around, sent over to the shelter. He had the retired judge now. He went to the shelter, Judge Mize. Come on now. I already know. The crazy ass dudes about, I got proof. So what is it to you? You jealous? Tell your bitch ass family to invest into some things for you. I'm gonna take my shit. And all the rumors about unaliving me and this and that and the other, you try it. You think you're having nightmares now? People are low lives. They don't know how to invest. They don't know how to make up generational wealth. When they see you do something, they get jealous of that. They don't want you to be better than them. And that's my biggest mistake, was moving to that low life community. And I thought the deposit was low. I should have known better, because when the 99 cent store was off of Madison at the time, or College Oak, wherever it was, and they said, I said, well, where's this at? Where's that at? And they said, why would you move to the bottom? And I said, oh, the bottom? And they said, yeah, the bottom. And I'm like, I said, well, it's easy to qualify. They let me know that is that a place for me, because they saw where I was dressed. My son was dressed. You know, at the time where my makeup and my hair was always done. You know? I had no idea. I never lived in that area before. Never hung out there, nothing. Just have Masons walking up and down the street going like this in their jacket. You know? They had people pretend to be homeless in front of the store. I'm telling you. Even the management man, that's a relation indirectly to Angela Jackson, to her baby daddy. You know? I took Uber down to Walmart, and like I said, he was pushing a dirty stroller inside Walmart by the produce. Dirty t-shirt, scruffy face. And my thing is, if something happened to me and got stabbed, whatever, they say, oh, the homeless guy, we cannot identify them, and it'll be a closed case. Because they'll say it's the mental health issue. They're probably in the encampment, but they already know already. A lot of that happens over there. But they're regular people. They dress up like a certain way. Even the fake fire trucks. Fake ambulance. You know? And how I knew that, because they'd be coming late at night with the lights on. No fire, no emergency, putting shit under people's car.